Facing the Stars and Stripes on the south side, it is my pleasure to introduce, singing our national anthem, Jessie Vieta de Rocha.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Absolutely lovely. Thank you so much, Jessie. Thank you, rugby fans and all those who support rugby. A lot of quality rugby played. Both of these two, though, the class of the field, surely. We kind of had a feeling watching the footy as it developed over the weekend. This would be the final.
I would think these two sides the last few years have been going head-to-head for it. Misfits for the last couple of years have had the upper hand. As the ball gets underway, great restart high into the 22. Misfits around it. Some good first-up contact there.
Taken by Taku Nguenya.
So it's been a little bit of a dry spell for Aspen over the last couple of years here with taking away a mug on in the open division. So I'm sure there'll be a point to prove for everyone out there today as Billy the Kid gets a little bit of early contact there for Aspen.
Brandon Rams driving forward. Now into the hands of Hugh. Skip ball.
Quick turnover.
Aspen with it. Into the shadows on the far side of the pitch. Ruck gets reset. Backs ball. Big bodies in there. Skipping off the turf, losing his feet.
Ben Mitchell there. Been part of the Major League Rugby program there at the moment down in Austin, I believe it is. Gents just resetting their line. Billy the Kid again taking the ball in the hit up.
Quick ball for Aspen going short side.
Ball behind. Gents got to get some men behind the ball here at the moment. Pretty lucky there in release, man on the ground. Attacking opportunity here for the Gents to perhaps put in the corner or look for the 3 points. Get the first points on the board for the day.
Just shaking out the jitters in the first few minutes here.
Kicking team making its way out there.
Call for points early. Not a bad decision by Aspen here. The wind will continue to swirl here at Wagner Rugby Stadium.
Slight change of plan and actually went for the sideline for the kick. Great attacking kick there, about 5 metres out from the line. First a real attacking opportunity for either team here. Gents would love to get some points.
As a point of pride, I imagine Aspen going to keep this in the forwards and try and maul this in from this far out.
That's Billy Johnson here throwing the ball in from hooker over from Alstonville in New South Wales, Australia. A couple of nicknames Billy's got for himself there. Apparently Billy Lack of Johnson is the first one that comes to mind. Well, good work there from the Misfits there to pinch the ball and get the penalty there as well. Relieve some of that attacking pressure from the Gents. Straight for a quick tap, short second. Really is a picture perfect afternoon here at Wagner Rugby Stadium. Make sure you keep yourselves in those bars. Don't want to miss any of the action. Get two if you're there.
One for me and one for you. pitch has played dry and fast all weekend long. And a bit slippy under the boot too, Walshy.
Two guys out there wearing the longer studs or the longer cleats.
Tipped off the back, ball falls Aspen's way. Quick ball, space outside. Goes 5-hole, drop pass.
Cody cleaning up the ball there for the Gents.
Ziegler with the big cover tackle.
Misfits attempt to counter ruck. Referee said no, you need to roll away. Here again, Gents a chance to plug the corner. Try and get that line out right, put some pressure back on the Misfits. Got Merriman there, putting the ball into the corner nicely. Another strong attacking opportunity. See what the Gents do this time here on the line out. Congratulations again to the Misfits taking out the 35 plus division, reserving winners there over time. Gents go to the back. A strong throw from Billy the Kid. Cleaned up nicely. Good attacking platform here. Short to Billy. Loot on the loop.
High work rate from Billy on the early stages here. Quick ball comes.
Getting with a strong carry there off the back. Ball presented nicely. Gents looking to get a bit of a drive on. Must be very close to the line.
Got to be a meter in it here. Driving close.
Getting the numbers around for another little pick and drive. Misfits well organised and structure on the short side there.
Good defense from the Dark and Stormy Misfits. Now they look to go wide. Through the hands.
Oh. One of those 50-50 opportunities. The Misfits winger there wanted to go for it.
Ziegler, you saw the opportunity to pull what we call a Todd Clever at this point in the weekend.
Good example of that.
You got to think if he got his fingers on it, there's not a whole lot of people on God's green earth that are going to catch Taku and Nguenya on the fly.
Not even from here. Would be able to get him.
I only try to yell for. Wasn't it legit, realistic just to catch the ball, last one out?
Little instruction coming through here from the assistant referees that a penalty try has been awarded here and a piece of cheese to the winger for a deliberate knockdown and infringement and attacking opportunity. Wow, big call there early for the Gents. The Gents on the scoreboard by coincidence, or by chance, sorry, 7-0 up, and Misfits with a man in the bin. Restarted quickly, referee not up to it, the Misfits still talking.
Bit of contention early.
Just to clarify that for the people who may not have seen what happened down there in the corner, one of the Misfits players, a judge to have deliberately knocked the ball on in an attacking opportunity with a try going begging for the Gents. In that circumstance there, the referees had no decision but to award a penalty try and to send the player to the bin for 5 minutes in these final zones. Still 5 minutes. So Misfits, the next 5 minutes will be down to 14 men.
Correct, 10 minute bench. 10 minute bench.
It's been corrected as 10 minutes in the sin bin. Wow.
It's a full match.
Full 40-minute halves and 10 minutes in the sin bin. Misfits now laying a man down.
Michael Spider Webb with a strong carry over the 22-metre line there for the Gents as well. Oh, slip over there on the kick.
Low clearance now, switching the field. Kick down into the corner from the Misfits. Nicely weighted.
Nice execution there by the Misfits. Found the green pastures and let the ball run into touch. Smart football there from the Misfits. Keep it as far away from their try line as possible when they're down to 14 men as well. Mac Aspen have to work 100 metres to get there.
Now time for the big bodies to do the work. From the set piece, Aspen ready.
Solid back off the Misfits as well. Nice bit of size.
Nicely taken by Hadding. The Seattle Seawolves man from the top of the line out. Redwell, Brendan Rams with the crash.
Ben Mitchell there with the tackle. Halfback Snipes.
Advantage being played. Gotta imagine that's going to be for a tackle up around the shoulders. Hands to the head there. Rams now driving forward. Hadding's there. They come short side. Skip one. Big second rower's got it.
Great defense from the Gents there. A little bit mismatched in size, but they were able to hold it all.
Not rolling away on the tackler.
Give me the option, Steve. Give me the option. Tackle or that.
Misfits really making a show of it here down with 14 men as well.
Crucial, reading that line out throw well with the Dark and Stormy Misfits. Getting the big back rower from Seattle up into the air.
8 on 8 from the forward plate still there, so I think they're going to look to try and keep it tight here, the Misfits. A little bit of a shorter line out option here for the Misfits as well. See if they go off the top, they're going to get a little drive on. Go to the back.
Little miscue, ball finds the turf. Cleaned up by the Misfits. Left side we come. Crash ball to a big second rower. It's got one to beat.
Against the run of play, Misfits down to 14 men, get the 5 points. Kick to come. Should in that position they expect to level the scores at 7-all.
You know, a man down this early in the match. You think usually it's just weather the storm and defer. Misfits going on the attack and able to capitalize on what seemed like a bit of a sleeping Aspen defense there in the middle. They've been so staunch so far in this half, and then a little soft with that run.
A little bit slow to go off that line. Sometimes the mindset of complacency when you're playing against one man down, just like a little momentary lapse of concentration. That's all it takes for a quality side like the Misfits to jump on that opportunity.
Back with the drop kick. Up and good. Makes it 7-all. Gentlemen of Aspen versus the Dark and Stormy Misfits in our Aspen Ruggerfest 51 final here from Wagner Rugby Stadium as we get set for the restart.
Got Merriman ball in hand here, ready for the restart for the Gents. Gents really want to be playing down the other end of the field here at the moment. The one-man advantage. Puts the ball up nice and high.
Taken by Hadding nicely. Now into contact. Rams is there. Pick and go. Now through the backs.
A little charge down there.
Play on, says referee. They go short side. Loop over the top looking for the winger. Finds him. Shone with the ball. Looking for Austin Alley back on the inside.
Gronkowski, little snake, little opportunity.
Finds it. Pick and go through. Grubber.
Ball knocked back. Misfits toe it ahead.
Austin Alley on the chase.
See some open space. Could be a little bit too heavy.
Straight out.
One of those ones they made just the ball on the ground. Just run it up into the try line area. Plenty of open space. Was disappointed that.
He knew what he wanted, just a bit too anxious there on the moments, probably a little too heavy off the toe.
Never like to go early.
What she said. Dark and Stormy Misfits now with the line out.
Go to the front.
Quick ball taken, smart play.
Darren there at the front of Aspen, well away to that sort of move there as well.
Pick and go from Hadding.
Gents right onto it there as well. But numbers at that breakdown early. What's the referee saying? Ooh. Tough move. Tough call there on Gethin. Those who might know, Gethin's got a beautiful baritone voice. Loves to serenade the ladies late on a Saturday evening. Was seen maybe last night at the White House doing such a thing.
Rumor has it.
Photos don't lie.
Saw the Instagram story.
Here we go again. Misfits on the attack with only 14 men. Let's see what they do. They had the short line out option last time. A little bit of blood coming from the ear of Michael Spiderweb there at the moment. Getting a little bit of attention to it.
Misfits happy just to take the slow walk up. That clock continues to tick on that card and they can get back up to full strength.
I think the trainer was looking to see whether it was blood or brain.
Hadding with his fingertips on it.
So those little 50-50 bounces or touches of the ball's not going Aspen's way at the moment.
They're really not going anybody's way at the moment. A lot of stopping and starting here with some procedural issues.
Seem to be playing in this sort of 22 to 22 metre zone, middle of the field getting a workout.
Some anxious moments here from both of these teams. Tied up at 7.
Misfits down a man here, so we need to see what they do with their back line. Great looking short side here at the moment, 8 man. The Lonks like to just pick and go in these situations. Get ahead of themselves, scrum down. Ooh. Went down pretty quickly there as well. Could have been an opportunity to repack. I would have thought that one there for the first time.
Bit cynical on the first one, not to give it. Aspen will look for an explanation here.
Going to take the 3 points again. Just a smart option here to wind down the clock just for a couple more minutes. Just push to the left-hand side there.
Just kicked it out wide off the drop goal attempt on the penalty.
Again, soaked up a couple of valuable minutes of clock. The ball from the sideline coming back on.
This will be a 22-meter dropout on the restart now.
Strong chance, $100 if you hit the drone. Whoop.
Oh, magically she goes up higher on the restart. Imagine that.
Increasing height, increasing value on the hit. Storby said he'd be footing the bill if anyone hits it.
Heading now on the recovery. Misfits back on the attack. They come short side. Smart ball to the big second rower. Shakes inside, shakes outside. Looks for one more. Still there.
Cody again. Second effort there on the fence. A great play by the Misfits coming down that short side. Gave up very, very quickly. Too quickly, says the referee.
Too soon, says the referee. Tap taken. There's room outside. Skip ball over the top. Finds the dirt.
Well, carried ahead by Aspen. Here we go. There's a little foot race. Where's it going to fall for? Oh, Misfit bloke puts his body on the line. Commitment there to go down on the loose ball. Unfortunately, it's a little knock on. Needed to happen up there by the Misfits point. He was away the gent.
Furious moments there. That was a must-get situation for the Dark and Stormy Misfits. Diving on the ball. Stuff the consequences. Saved the try. Able to pull it off there. Paying the price for it physically as he's slow to get up. Right on halfway now, about 15 meters in from the far try line, or far touch line, excuse me. Scrub now, Aspen ready to go back on the attack.
Little opportunity as both sides take a little breather. Obviously these events don't happen without our sponsors. We're very, very appreciative of all those people there in your program. So if you've got a copy of the first Ruggerfest program, see the people who have been so supportive of these events over the years, such as Eric's Bar, the Sukasa family down there as well.
Spent my fair share of time this weekend down at Eric's.
I spent time and money, unfortunately.
I didn't know about it.
Maybe more than my fair share. Ball comes out Misfits' way. One against the head. Down the short side of the field.
Ball gone backwards, says the referee, but in the touch.
So I literally only heard about it.
Just some unlucky bounces.
And maybe it was I just
Again, if you want to extend your stay here rather than having a rental, why don't you go down and see Melissa Temple at Englewood Bulbers? She'll set you up with a nice little condo somewhere in town, or maybe a little, or maybe a big ranch down valley. Subject to what your market and appetite and interest is, and your wallets. And just if that place just isn't big enough for you when you purchase it, get down to Ruggerfest Construction. Chris Morrow, more than happy to help you out with some designer construction of your perfect ideal villa or ranch for you and your family and friends.
Ready for the restart. Dark and Stormy Misfits with the ball. Taken off the top. Now through the hands. Good ball into the centers. Backline waits. Ball comes. Rams with the crash.
Getting over that game line nicely there, the Misfits at the moment, with Jen trying to roll away. Looks like a sausage roll. Little tip over the top.
It's there. Takes a good bounce.
Oh. Enterprising play here by the Misfits.
Down inside, 3 meters out. Ruck is set.
Ball at the back. They go again.
5 meters. Crash ball to the second row.
Ryan Milrose there over the top for the Gents. Just a bit of disruptor. Short
Brandon
ball.
Rams with the big crash. Good tackle from Aspen.
Did not think it was possible to stop a man that big so close to the line, but two Gents proved me wrong.
Switch back to the inside.
Again, solid contact. Darren there at the front row of the Gents.
Tackle on
Don't know if
Ziengwege.
they can keep this up Gent for much longer. There it is. Unfortunately, just time getting away, but Misfits. Some enterprising attacking play. But geez, the Gents, how they held them out for so long there defensively.
Standing on their heads for several phases of play. Took some incredibly physical work as Ziengwege in there. Running in the trees.
Darren Bunny Bath, number one for the Gents, put on a great shot there right on the line.
Trying to redeem himself for the earlier card. Buy you a Coke afterwards, boy.
Wow, did not see this last 10 minutes going eventuating the way they have. Misfits really taking the game.
How is
Scruff of the neck.
Typically, we expect to get on the front foot when you go up a man on the yellow card. Misfits taking it to the gentlemen of Aspen. Aspen not able to respond. They've been back down into the dark and stormy half. Just not able to capitalize some simple handling mistakes. And like you said, Welshie, that 50-50 ball, the difference.
like, do you know any, like with Katie or with Jillian or not just women either, but like Pam and Chuck?
Kick is up and way left.
For those of you who play this weekend and are eager to come back next year, but just feel like you need that little bit more of a personal training, get a hold down at Dean Roberts' gym there. Only starts with a phone call. I left my run a little bit too late this year.
That conversion kick farther left than Bernie Sanders. Williams Painting and Commercial and Residential needs. Proudly supporting you gentlemen of Aspen. You need painting services done, inside or outside, all seasons. Check out Williams Painting Incorporated.
I think you can see it on show here, the red and black just in the post. They were down here the other day, giving a little touch up.
And I'm not getting it. It's just one of the speeches. And I almost wonder if
Hadding taking it to the back for the dark and stormy Misfits.
From USA though?
Slips and loses his feet.
Coaching him from Mars?
About 22 meters out. They come short side.
so it'd be like
Taku with the feed. Switch ball coming. Got one more to beat on the inside. Switch.
Oh, great tackle.
Looking for support. Still on his feet. Rams with the big ball.
Darren making great moves and Cody there to be there and cover.
Heads up play from Zingwenyi to play that off his back. Great cover tackle from the gentleman of Aspen there.
Plenty of gents there. Oh, those balls just don't pop out by themselves. The referee telling me there was a couple of sets of Aspen hands in there to assist. Gents had plenty of numbers back there. Probably didn't need to take that 50-50 opportunity. They've had a good defensive line set. And again, gives the Misfits another opportunity here to put 3 more points on the board. Take them out to a 5-point lead.
Red card.
what?
Trip.
Yeah.
Misfits might be changing kickers again.
A big thank you to Vale Mountain Coffee and Tea Company.
Attempt to hurt someone.
Use keyword rugby and get 15% off at valecoffee.com. Keyword rugby. Fuel your adventure, proud supporters of Aspen Ruggerfest 51. Kick for touch is good.
Sun is shining here on Wagner Field. Guys are looking down upon us with a beautiful weekend of long weekend of rugby. Hope you all made the most of it and make the most of the rest of the afternoon and evening here tonight as well. Get down there to one of your favourite tents, the northern end or the one behind us here in the press box. Make sure you drink responsibly.
Short throw again from the dark and stormy Misfits.
Yeah, it's something I need to fix.
For every 10 dark and stormies you have, be sure to have a water
Yeah.
somewhere in there for good
More of
measure.
a CMO, not
Keep you healthy, keep you upright. Quick
Important
ball
to
coming.
hydrate. Mind you,
Heading, show and go.
there's plenty of ice in water.
Inside the 22.
Oh! Damn.
Cheers from the sideline, but an obvious knock forward
Yeah,
there.
Consistency here from the referee. He's going to make the same ruling he made on the Misfits not 10 minutes ago, is he?
Reaching for his pocket. May see a booking here.
Maybe look at where the passage of play was. Oh,
Obviously, I don't think we'll see the points given here, but we may see the same result that Taco Nguyen was just given.
he's calling out Springsteen. Said Springsteen had 10.
He was born to run. Problem is, he's run into the sin bin. See you, Brucey.
Why don't they get the high risk, high reward? It's high risk, high reward. It's the director from World Rugby.
So I'm saying there as well, high risk, high reward there coming down from the IRB.
You gotta get it.
You've got to get it, those intercepts. Got to be sure of it. It's no longer a 50-50. You want to be a little bit surer than 50-50. Doesn't go your way, you're going to have 10 minutes to think about it.
It's a new directive from the IRB coming down to our referees. Bit of clarification there. So now, a gentleman of Aspen forced to play a man down for the next 10 minutes. Your score, Dark and Stormy Misfits 12, Gentlemen of Aspen 7.
Referee not happy with the gents back in the 10. Can have it again. Just knock on. I thought it may not have been straight.
said, by creating space for him to support that.
Australia's an Australian politician at
Like
the
a
moment,
tight
so
package to create space, right?
crooked as the racetrack in Monte Carlo.
So we'll see a scrum. Dark and Stormy Misfits.
It's been a few days. We might have had a change of Prime Minister since I've been over here, so I'll have to check before I head home.
Sun's not gone down yet. Big engage from both of these forward packs. Scrum comes in. Ball waits.
8-man.
Haddock takes a look. Picks and goes.
Almost untouched. The gents, two hands on hips, they're not sure how that happened.
Record Haddock went to pick that up from the back. Popped his head up, took a look. Scrum had turned a bit, was I think going to go blindside. I think everybody else thought he was going to go that way as well, and then just picked it up.
Looks as though he may have hurt himself there as well, which isn't a good sign. Really good strong carries there for the Misfits so far in this first half as well. That'll be a big loss for them. I know if I ran 15 metres, I wouldn't be able to get up either.
Heading our MVP of the final last year for the Dark and Stormy Misfits. Scoring the try and limping off slowly. Conversion still to come.
Kick successful. Gents had a couple of minutes to regroup, regather behind the line there and get their thoughts composed. Not what they were expecting to look at the scoreboard here at the moment. As that takes us out to a Misfits 19, Gentlemen Aspen 7. Plenty of talk here at the moment. A couple of substitutions I think there just for the gents as well. I think we may have just seen Duncan Swanson come off there at the moment with an injury.
Todd Clever substituting in for Riker Heading for the Dark and Stormy Misfits on the injury.
Handy substitution they had at this point in time. Good strong restart. Ball down deep.
Taken by Zian Guenas, a little slip of the foot. We've seen a lot of it, Welshie.
Yeah. Charlie got the slurry there and picked the ball up. So decision made. That was pass back inside the 22. Here's that little opportunity that the Aspen need to take here. Haven't been down here for a good 10 minutes, it feels like.
And down a man, almost a reversal of fortune that we saw with the Dark and Stormy Misfits, able to play a man down in the Gentlemen of Aspen's half. Now we see it again.
Could be a little bit of 8-man rugby here, I think, at the moment. See Ryan Norrose move down the back line. Strong ball carry runner. Good family of strong runners as well in the Norrose family back in Australia.
Tipped, cleaned up by Aspen on the line out. Near the 22. Through the backs.
Shifted to the fresh legs in 23. Great carry over the James one. Takes 3 Misfits with him.
They come short side.
I used to hang out with 3 Misfits as well. I was told I was a good one.
Statute of limitations hasn't let him hang out with him since. Big Ben straight ahead now. Misfits shifting well on defense.
Winnie taking the ball up there into contact. Gents good to reorganise and reset that back line. Misfits up to the challenge here at the moment as well. Gents probably just need to slow it down a little bit, reset their back line, their forward runners, take the ball forward. Oh, little bounce before
over the top. Longy's there.
Longy's there. Oh, I'd love to see that from the drone if that went forward.
Down, just in case.
Knock on, says referee.
Drone a little bit out of position.
Yeah.
If you go to the big screen at the southern end of the field, you'll see it's not there. Someone took it down overnight, so we won't be able to see the replay of that.
Love to see what the TMO had to say. We were going to put one up, but the people for the ethical treatment of televisions wouldn't let us hang one out in the weather here.
I thought it was about the TV rights. We're just negotiating a little bit too long.
Ideally, I would like to bring up 16 wrestlers, but there are no issues, right?
Here we go. Referee says, let's have another one.
We have a lot of people turning
Well, that'll mean scrum, not a Gosling.
Although I highly recommend you have another one.
I think I may.
Bermuda Mule or the old-fashioned Dark and Stormy from our friends at Gosling's. See them in the tent. Get an Odell's Brewing.
Can I have them both at once?
Send it. Scrum is set. Good shove from Aspen.
Good
Ball
shot.
waits. Clever picks. Short side.
Wheels.
Iguenia with the big step inside and defend.
Wow.
Z with the turn of pace.
Wow, good.
Chase is on.
No, just close the gate now. He's there. Wow, that is quick.
What you expect to see when Ziengwenya hits the pitch. A turn of pace, great step inside, beat one tackler, and then just hit the afterburners.
He doesn't even an inch. He's gone. Gents need to pull together here at the moment. Still enough time in this first half to get some points on the board before it runs away from them. Misfits are looking very strong and in control of the game at the moment. Gents, the first up tackles just falling off them at the moment, really costing them.
It's almost that re-engaging in the action from the set piece. Once they stop, once their motor gets running, these gentlemen of Aspen scrambling well, playing well with the ball in hand and going forward. But as these breaks in play happen from our procedural issues, from the set piece, getting re-engaged. The difference maker now. Dark and Stormy Misfits able to capitalize, coming down the short side. Ziengwenya. Turn of pace.
He's successful there as well.
And the score.
Now, if you've had so much fun here at Ruggerfest 51 and you want to come back for 52s, never too early to get down to Aspen Square, across the road, and make your booking for next year as well. Great accommodation, great lodgings right here in the middle of downtown Aspen. Can't think of too many better places to stay.
Plus, if you want to share your story and keep up with family while you're here, check out the iPro Center, specializing in new Apple products. With sales, service, and training, iPro Center, Aspen, Colorado, on Hyman Ave. Restart now, underway. Dark and Stormy Misfits with it. Not releasing the tackler, says head referee. Whistle blown again.
Discipline really costing the Gents in some territory here at the moment as well. Last thing you want to be doing is just keep gifting the ball back to the Misfits.
26-7 your score. Dark and Stormy Misfits over the gentlemen of Aspen at Aspen Ruggerfest 51. Kick for touch is good.
Gents still down a man at the moment as well.
Two on the bin.
2 more minutes on the sin bin there at the moment before the Gents are back to 15 men.
Misfits now 10 meters inside of halfway. Line out taken from the front. Contested in the air, stolen by Aspen. Good take there. Now.
Second man play.
Big heads up play. Not an inch given though.
Big Ben. Not easy, not hard to see why they call him Big Benners, but that's the better kick there, finding some green space.
That's what he was looking for earlier. Now, fullback is back, takes his time.
Good net game there for the Jets, but that's the thing about it there. They were deep inside their own half. Smart option there. Some jock putting it down there into the green open space. And Gents now on the attack.
Useful there from the gentleman of Aspen. They'll want to get some points now before this gets away from them. Pressure situation. Anxious, probably the best word for it.
Yeah, there's ball at the back, good throw. Looking for some runners. Oh, big gap. Sizing up the opportunity. There goes Jock. That's exactly what the Gents were looking for as they're heading towards half time. A little opportunity, a little window there. That's all he needed.
Little misread by the defense. The gap opened up big enough you could drive a school bus through it.
Misfits pointed fingers saying, I thought you had him. No, you had him. And at the end, no one had him. Untouched under the sticks. Exactly what the doctor prescribed there at the moment, just before halftime for the Gents. Need to get on board again with 14 men. There he is, Springsteen back on the field. Just waiting for the kicking tee. Freddie running out with the kicking tee there at the moment as well.
There, Freddie decides to drop it instead. It's alright, Freddie needed the run anyway.
He just needed to run out some of those injuries and sore bodies from the 45.
You sure that's injuries, or is that the shenanigans of last night?
Benefit of the doubt. Injuries. Here we go, gents. Back in the game here now. Misfits 26, General Aspen 14. Misfits are slowing the clock down a little bit. That sun starting to prove a little bit of difficulty as it's setting down there towards the west.
Dark and Stormy Misfits ahead, 26-14 over the gentlemen of Aspen. Ruggerfest 51, this is your open division final.
Listen to bring snow. Get your boots out. Right down the middle.
Deep kick.
Plenty of time. Let's see, launch this thing into space. There it goes, a great clearance.
High ball. into the beer garden.
I'll go get it.
Go get it and come back with a bratwurst is what I do.
See a few of those over 45 and 55 guys enjoying themselves from early on today. We'll be careful, that sun's still pretty hot on a few of those bald heads. Keep up plenty of sunscreen.
Nice take from Todd Clever off the top for the Misfits. Running in the open field, looking for support.
Really good open play here from the Misfits as well. Plenty of support, linking up.
They go short side. Nice driving tackle from the gentleman.
Ryan Norro's over the top one's in the ribs for his troubles. And so they give you a few ribs. You can break one and still keep going.
Doesn't mean they feel any better when you do it. Another big step in, step outside for the big second rower.
Two-man tackle by the Gents there. Good pressure again. The Gents getting back solidly.
Bruising tackles now on defense. Driving forward past the gain line still. Dark and Stormy Misfits with it in hand. Comes to the outside.
Good back line.
Skip ball to Clever.
Great defense there from the Gents there.
Nice cover. Rams with it. Z and Gwenya in. Z goes short side. Counters on.
See Geffen coming over the top there with some good contact. Little slip and slide again there.
Tried to take the quick step on the inside, losing his feet. Now through the hands. He's alone. Misfits need to get there in support. Taken quickly.
He was up there on the inside looking for it.
They go left. Good sliding tackle still from the gentleman of Aspen. Communicating well on defense.
Let's say Misfits throwing everything up and including the kitchen sink.
Little kick over the top. Takes a high bounce.
Let it go. Got it down just in time to ground it. Almost ran dead. Could have been a scrum where he kicked it from, but 22 restarts. Still a good net result there for the Gents. Misfits throwing everything at him here, but the Gents are up to it at the moment. Back to the full 15-man roster, which is helping them. Jock ball in hand there at the moment.
Been a good back and forth passage of play here. We've seen both teams try and take it at each other. Changing of ends, changing of possession and position here.
The Gents has got to get this ball downfield as far away from their try line as possible. Last thing they can afford is have another score against them just before halftime.
Misfits will want to take this and drive. Stay in. Big block.
That's a good
bit of a
set.
Falcon. Now a high clearance.
Great mark. What a shoot.
Come on, Aspen!
Useful toe of the ball there.
That's why I kick the ball, not a dog.
Sometimes better to be lucky than good. Taking the Falcon off the face, gave him an extra bit of space. And about 60 meters of position.
That's exactly what the Gents needed there as well. Little bounce back off the Misfit on the 22, holding the mark. That'll sting. And probably bruise in the morning.
Just a souvenir of our time spent at Ruggerfest.
Gotta take something home to the family.
Taken by the Dark and Stormy Misfits. Rams on the drive.
Do you feel,
Here we go again. Misfits a strong line.
Through the back line. Short through the centers. Good tackle. Ruck set. They go short side again. Packy with it. Austin Alley on the outside. Driving through. Lost in the tackle.
There we go. Opportunity here for the Gents on the turnover to play quick ball. Billy the Kid, they're over the top to secure the ball for the Gents.
Nice covering tackle on the outside from the Misfits.
Plenty of runner options there at the moment as Big Ben takes the ball forward.
Crunch and crash inside.
Ding, ding, ding. Oh, some green territory again. Smart tactical play. Does the ball sit down in time? It does. Smart play there by the Gents. Not a lot on. Sized up the opportunity and said, we'll put the pressure back on the Misfits. Big line out opportunity here for the Gents to pinch one.
You look wonderful.
A line out.
I made sure I stopped and acknowledged him.
so I call me
Misfits been much better this game than they were in our 35 and overs at controlling the set piece though. Communicating well in the air, controlling the ball. Now with their backs against the try line, ready to go on the counter.
When like so you see on a regular basis.
Clever's up, taken tall at the line out. The waits.
Like you
Experience train man, so the money man.
like
And good clear and kicking the Misfits. Into the bar again. I'll have to go down for another one.
in a normal scenario.
That's done. See, it's starting to come down and sting on the legs at the moment.
Joe doesn't get Joe
Freckles coming out on you there, Welshie.
I burn at night by the moon, so this sun doesn't help. I apply sunscreen at night.
Tall off the back. Takes a bounce off the turf. Fumbling ball cleaned up by Aspen.
and maybe that's just me being
No,
They go short side.
Yeah, smart option ball on the ground and plugging those corners. Territorial advantage here for the Gents.
They've been good with the boot and finding that touch line.
Only takes an opportunity at the moment. Put the pressure on the Misfits. Get your line out throw straight. Secure, get your jumper up there. Get your clearance. A smart play.
Misfits been up to the challenge though. Every time they squeeze it out near midway though, Gentlemen of Aspen able to drive it back down into Misfit territory.
Going to the front that time.
Ball comes quick.
What Mark Huff said is like
Put the ball in the touch. And that'll bring halftime up.
What an adventurous first half of rugby was you. 2 yellow cards, scoring against the run of play.
And 40 points scored. Point underway. Quick score check there. Misfits 26. Gentlemen of Aspen 12. Checking with the other assistant referees and officials to make sure a play can get underway here for 40 more minutes of Ruggerfest 51. There it is, deep underway there. Ryan Milrose underneath it. Good strong carry into contact, good leg drive. A little bit of a crawl as well, signature move. Normally done around 2 a.m. in the morning, that crawl. Very good Greenfield. Great positive start to the second half here by Aspen. That ball runs down the train tracks. Going to take Chance's hand here, which he gets around Cody, the first defender, puts it back downfield in a smart kick. Down to Lingy. Lingy spreads the ball in a 30-metre pass.
Big, beautiful ball for Lingy.
Looks
Now
again.
back into the corner again.
A little bit of
Up in the garden.
A little bit of a kicking duel there, not a shooting duel, a kicking duel, back and forth. Aspen really the net winner of that little duel there at the moment. Sure to be taking plenty of photos and hashtag or Instagram, whatever this thing is called nowadays, social media. Ruggerfest 18, what do you call it? Ruggerfest, Aspen Ruggerfest, hashtag Aspen Ruggerfest.
Hashtag Aspen Ruggerfest. Take your pictures, post them on Facebook and Instagram, tag Aspen_Ruggerfest, and you could win a 3-night stay here in Aspen for Ruggerfest 52 next year in Aspen, Colorado. Put that up. We'll contact that winner shortly. That ball bouncing off the turf, rattling around. Picked up by Ziengwenya. They go short side. Finds support from the second rower. Shakes one tackle, can't shake the second.
Unfortunately, a really strong opportunity for Aspen to push an aggressive cause here at the start of the second half. These things aren't going to come around too often.
A little too eager, and the knock on the handling error there. Communication issues between those two and running onto the wrong gap, I think.
Probably a little bit late in the day to be promoting coffee, but for tomorrow morning when you wake up a little, maybe tomorrow afternoon even, if you're lucky enough to wake up
Free country, drink it when you want.
Vale Mountain Coffee and Tea Co. Fuel your adventure whilst you're in town here. Get 15% off at valecoffee.com with the special code RUGBY.
From the knock-on, scrum set for the Dark and Stormy Misfits. Ball comes in, waiting at the back. They go short side. Good cover tackle, ball's loose.
Nice little bit of crowd cover there.
Cooling it off just a little bit for us here in the second half.
Just a little momentary relief. The moment we're sitting on a little bit of a task. Didn't get enough time to organise GZO, sheet metal and roofing, to come down here and build us a little permanent structure, or temporary structure even as well.
Big take off the top for Aspen.
Right on the line up there. Ryan Melrose rolling like a sausage down a hill.
Ball goes side hole.
Interesting call, that one. I think I've been working on that tunnel ball for a while.
It's tricky. Pretty if you can pull it off though. They'll come short side. Switch inside.
Hands. Unlucky again, one of those 50-50 calls there at the moment. Misfit number 2, 30 is he had the right 50%.
I did say rock twice. Can't hear him. That's what I mean.
And it was called 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Which is like most rugby players can count to 6 on one hand.
On any given Sunday, you know, that's why we play the game.
Over the teams. Old Club did, I think, yeah.
Kick for touch on the penalty.
Finds the line at 5 metres out. Great attacking opportunity here for the Gents now.
Sorry, I derailed that, didn't I? If you've got a little bit of skin that needs some lotion, that could have come down to the bottom. They would probably definitely.
Big Ben up there over the Canes. Good drive here by the Gents. This is the sort of stuff that will bring the crowds back. Referee arm out. Is it close enough? The Gents are going to get there. 1 metre, they're there. Billy the Kid, I think, going to come up with the pill as the man who gets over for the score, the first score of the second half. That's a moment he'll cherish. Hookers don't get too many scores. Well done, Billy.
Opportunistic penalty. Able to kick that ball in for touch.
That 16-hour flight home back to Austin will be all that much easier to feel that person sitting next to you. 2 tries he's telling me here now. 20-hour flight back home. Wow, he'll dine out on that try for 20 hours. Apologies in advance for whoever's sitting next to him.
Flight gets longer instead of the greatness of the abilities.
There could be some additional benefits that we should provide that person sitting next to him on the way home to sleep through that 20 hours, double miles.
Kick is up.
Just to the left-hand side. Look at that little bit of breeze.
No, that's not true.
Much like my drive, has a little fade to it.
Huh.
Better you said your drive than your hairline has a little bit of a fade to it.
That's not mine.
That
That's
was
not the major fade. I can't wear a visor.
19-26 is your score. Dark and Stormy Misfits over the Gentlemen of Aspen. Still early moments here in our second half of rugby. In the final match of Aspen Ruggerfest 51 from Wagner Rugby Stadium. Still got time to go down and see our friends at American Rugby Outfitters.
Yeah, I wonder.
Ruggerfest 51 kit on sale.
Half price.
Get you a little memento of our time spent together. High ball on the restart. Taken cleanly by Aspen.
Let them know that Jared or Brendan sent me. I get an option there to 50% off or 2 for 1.
I know it's a fun killer, but like mascot and
Good barnstorming run. Driving forward.
It's very close to like not safe sport.
Again, tactically smart. Oh, a little bit too much juice.
Straight out.
It's not
Very, very touch and go there.
requiring people if they
So
don't
again, smart play by the Gents.
spend
Looking to just play football down in the Misfits end of the park.
So like
So if we, okay.
or like some other violation, like oh you have to then do something that's like potentially physically exhausting.
And you fuckers would do 20 burpees.
Huh?
And you fuckers would do 20
That's
We
not
get set for the restart.
That's not okay either. It's
We'd like to say congratulations to Corey Ann Lambert, the winner of our photo competition for Aspen Ruggerfest. Corey Ann Lambert just won a 3-night stay for Aspen Ruggerfest 52.
Just repeating that, Corey Ann Lambert.